Peace for Ukraine or Ukraine, now. Russia, just go home.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Programele noastre oferă multe limbi. Vă puteți uita pe suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Uzbekistan, Golden Heart of the Silk Road, Part 1 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
My advice to people who want to change to a vegetarian diet and, hopefully, move on to a vegan diet, that is the real aim here, is do it for the sake of your spirit. The respected Mr. Shamil Alaprado, vegetarian.
Treasured viewers, in the Republic of Uzbekistan, people may greet you with a hand over their heart and say Tanish Gamindan Husaman, which means nice to meet you in Uzbek. I'm Anya. It's through a direct connection with the divine that we will achieve deeper wisdom. The sincere Uzbeks admire you for your persistence in seeking the ultimate truth. May you always rejoice in Allah's love and assistance. Welcome to our program, Uzbekistan, Golden Heart of the Silk Road, Part 1 of 2. Red sand deserts, snow-capped mountains, unique architecture, and more than 2,000 years of culture. These are just a few of the many attractions the Republic of Uzbekistan has to offer. Ranked as the top travel destination for the year 2020 by Lonely Planet, the country is being recognized as one of Central Asia's hidden gems. With over 35 million residents, Uzbekistan shares borders with 5 landlocked neighbors: Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, and Turkmenistan. Since the country gained independence from the Soviet Union in 1991, Uzbekistan's population has become predominantly Muslim. The nation's rebirth and faith are symbolized by a crescent moon in the top left corner of its flag, along with 12 stars that represent the months of the Islamic calendar and the constellations of the zodiac. The rest of the flag holds profound meaning and symbolism as well. The blue stripe at the top of the flag represents the eternal sky and life-giving water. The middle white section stands for purity and peace. The lower green stripe symbolizes nature and fertility. And the 2 small red lines bordering each section integrate the colors, representing the life force within all living beings that links pure ideas with the eternal sky, blue stripe, and deeds on earth, green stripe. In 2019, Uzbekistan was also named the most improved nation by The Economist magazine because of its government's progressive reforms. With the goal of generating 30% of its electricity from renewable energy sources by 2030, the country is focused on developing solar technology. Small and medium-sized businesses are also turning to solar power, and the government rewards those who do so with land and property tax cuts. Uzbekistan's cultural evolution spans thousands of years and incorporates ancient traditions from Persia, Greece, Arabia, China, Russia, and nomadic Turkic tribes. These diverse influences stem from the country's position at the center of the Silk Road, a trade route connecting Asia, the Middle East, and the Western countries that was used from 114 BC to the AD 1450s. This region was highly sought after by many ancient leaders, including the King of Macedonia, Alexander the Great Khan of the Mongol Empire, His Majesty Genghis Khan Vegetarian, and the founder of the Timurid Empire, His Majesty Timur. Moreover, Uzbekistan was a crossroads where merchants and travelers from around the world met and shared ideas, culture, art, music, and more. Tashkent, Uzbekistan's current capital, is Central Asia's most populated city. The area where the city now stands was settled as far back as 300 BC and is the possible site of the stone tower described by the Roman astronomer and mathematician Claudius Ptolemy. The tower marked the midway point between Europe and China on the Silk Road. However, much of the city's original architecture was lost to a major earthquake in 1966, a tragic event marked by Tashkent's Monument of Courage. Later construction gave Tashkent a much more modern look than that of other Uzbek cities. The Kast Imam Square is Tashkent's spiritual center and holds Islamic relics of profound significance. Some of the buildings on this site date back to the 16th century and display beautiful features of Islamic architecture, including domed ceilings, picturesque arches, elaborate geometric patterns, and intricate woodworking. If you visit the Moin Mubarak Sacred Hair Library Museum on site, you may get to see the Uthman Quran, one of the oldest Quran manuscripts dated between AD 775 and 995, along with the hair believed to have belonged to the beloved Prophet Muhammad, vegetarian, peace be upon him. Tashkent is one of the only cities in the world where you can still see a great view of the heavenly stars at night. So, if you happen to visit the city, don't forget to take a moment to gaze up into the night sky. A one-day trip out of Tashkent to the Ugam Charcoal National Park will prove to be worthwhile as well. Here you will find the soaring Chimgan Mountains, Lake Chavak, and many animal friends, including mountain goat, bear, wolf, fox people, and more, as well as over 20 species of bird people.
Vegan, because we are intrinsically benevolent and loving.
Pure-hearted viewers, let's pause for a moment now to hear a brief message. We'll return shortly. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our program, Uzbekistan, Golden Heart of the Silk Road, Part 1 of 2. The city of Samarkand is located in southeast Uzbekistan and is said to be founded 2,500 years ago, around the same time as Rome. It is known by some as the Pearl of the Muslim world and is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Within Samarkand are some of the world's most intricately detailed mosques, mausoleums, and madrasas, or educational institutions. The holiest site in Samarkand is the necropolis of Shah Izinda, which dates back to the AD 7th century and is the legendary burial place of the torchbearer of Islam, Qusam ibn Abbas, cousin to the Prophet Muhammad, vegetarian, peace be upon him. During the 11th to 15th centuries and the 19th century, mausoleums for royalty and high military officials were added to the complex. The structures celebrate ceramic art and contain some of the richest tile work in the Muslim world. The Bibi Kanya Mosque was built by His Majesty Timur, the Turco-Mongol ruler who made Samarkand the capital city of his empire in the 15th century. It was named after Timur's wife, and at the time, it was one of the world's largest and most magnificent mosques. Architects, stonemasons, and artisans came from all over Timur's kingdom, which included modern-day Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, parts of Central Asia, the South Caucasus, Pakistan, northern India, and Turkey to take part in its construction. The turquoise-ribbed domes, grandiose doors and arches, decorated walls, and tall minarets all highlight an extraordinary architectural masterpiece. His Majesty Ulugh Beg, Timur's grandson, was renowned for his passion for astronomy and mathematics. During his reign, he built the Ulugh Beg Observatory in Samarkand, once known as the largest observatory in Central Asia. The initial construction was a circular structure consisting of 3 stories, housing a gigantic 36-meter radius sextant, a doubly reflecting navigation instrument used to measure the location of celestial objects. The extremely precise instrument was believed to have had the ability to determine the time of year down to seconds and to map almost 1,000 stars in their exact positions. Sadly, most of the original structure was destroyed in the Civil War during the 16th century. The underground part of the observatory remains, as well as a museum with original artifacts. Our next destination is Bukhara, 300 kilometers west of Samarkand. Bukhara, founded more than 2,000 years ago, is the most complete example of a still largely intact medieval city in Central Asia. The historic center of Bukhara is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. One of its most famous landmarks is the Kalyan Minaret, a 45-meter-high baked brick tower built in the 12th century, which is part of the Po-i-Kalia Mosque complex. As the sun sets, lights adorn the structure, giving it the appearance of glowing against the celestial skies. The Chashmai Ayub Mausoleum pays tribute to one of the most fascinating legends of ancient Uzbekistan. According to the tale, a terrible famine occurred in the region. Fearing for their lives, the citizens of Bukhara prayed to God to help them. God answered their prayers by sending them Prophet Ayub, or Job, peace be upon him, a descendant of Prophet Ibrahim, vegetarian, peace be upon him. He struck the land with his staff, and water began to flow. The water still flows inside the Chashmai Ayub and is believed to be pure and to possess healing powers. Khiva is another Uzbekistani city with a legendary past. The founding of Khiva dates back to the 5th century BC, and a folk tale has it that the town was originally settled by Shem, the son of Noah, after the Great Flood. During the Silk Road era, Khiva was an oasis and the last stop for water and supplies before caravans of travelers crossed the desert to Persia. The Aichen Kala, or inner city of Khiva, was listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1990. This part of the city is well preserved and is considered a museum of Khiva's rich past. Visitors will see Islamic art and architecture, whitewashed houses with delicately carved wooden doors, turquoise domes, mosaic tiles, distinctive arches, and many madrasas and mosques, mostly restored from their original construction centuries ago.
Vegan, the best humans.
Blessed viewers, thank you for your company today during Uzbekistan, Golden Heart of the Silk Road, Part 1 of 2. Please join us again next Wednesday, March 21st for Part 2. Up next is Near-Death Experiences, Exploring Heavens and the Afterlife, Part 5 of a multi-part series, right after noteworthy news. Through celestial grace, may all nations and their unique cultural heritages be cherished and preserved in loving respect and gratitude.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Russia, go home now.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/CTAW.